Om Shanti, 9th March 2022, English Murli, Essence. Sweet children, forget the consciousness of your old bodies. Remove your attachment from them and you will receive first-class bodies. Those bodies are already finished. First question. What is a firm rule in this drama that human beings don't know about? Answer. When there is knowledge, there is no devotion, and when there is devotion, there is no knowledge. When the world is pure, there are no impure beings, and when the world is impure, there are no pure beings. This is a firm rule in the drama that human beings don't know about. Second question. What would you call the true sacrifice to Kashi? Answer. Not to remember anyone at the end. Let there be the remembrance of only the one Father. This is the true sacrifice to Kashi. To sacrifice yourself to Kashi means to pass with honors, so that there isn't the slightest punishment experienced. Today's song. Om Shanti. The Father explains to you children because you have made the Father belong to you and the Father has made you belong to Him, for He has to liberate you from the land of sorrow and take you to the land of peace and the land of happiness. You are now becoming worthy of going to the land of happiness. Impure human beings cannot go to the pure world. It isn't the law. Only you children know this law. At this time, human beings are impure and vicious, just as you were. You are now ending all your habits and becoming deities full of all virtues. In the song it says, I have come to you to die alive, that is, to belong to you. Then whatever directions you give us, because your directions are the most elevated, all other directions are devilish directions. For so long we didn't even know that we were following devilish dictates. People of the world too do not understand that they are not following God's directions but are following Ravan's directions. Baba says, children, you have been following Ravan's directions for half the cycle. That is the path of devotion, the kingdom of Ravan. There is knowledge, devotion and disinterest. Disinterest in what? Disinterest in devotion and the old world. Knowledge is the day and devotion is the night. Day follows night. There is disinterest in devotion and the old world. This is unlimited righteous disinterest. The disinterest of sannyasis is different. They simply have disinterest in homes and families. That too is fixed in the drama. Limited disinterest means renunciation of the household. The Father explains how you can have unlimited renunciation. You are souls. On the path of devotion you have no knowledge of souls or the Supreme Soul. They don't know anything about souls, what they are, where they have come from, or what parts they have to play. In the golden age you have knowledge of just souls. I, the soul, shed a body and take another. There is no need for knowledge of the Supreme Soul. This is why they don't remember God. This drama is created in this way. The Father is knowledgeful. The Father has knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world cycle. The Father has given you knowledge of souls and the Supreme Soul. Ask anyone what the form of a soul is and he will say that it is light. However, they don't know what it is. You now know that a soul is an absolutely tiny point, a star. Baba is also like a star. However, he has a lot of praise. Now the Father personally sits in front of you and explains how you can attain liberation and liberation in life. By following Srimad, you can claim a high status. People make donations, perform charity, and have sacrificial fires. They believe that God will have mercy for them and take them away from here. They don't know in what form they will find God, but they will definitely find Him in one form or another. Ask them when they will find Him, and they would say, a lot of time still remains. We will meet Him at the end. Human beings are in total darkness. You are now in the light. You have now become instruments to make impure ones pure in an incognito way. You have to do everything with a lot of peace. Explain with so much love that human beings change from humans into deities, that is, from shells into diamonds, at a click of your fingers. The Father now says, I have to be present to serve you children every cycle. Also explain how this world cycle continues. Their deities live with a lot of pleasure. They received the inheritance from Baba. There is no question of worry there. The garden of Allah is remembered. There used to be palaces studded with diamonds and jewels there. They were very wealthy there. At this time Baba is making you very wealthy with the jewels of knowledge. You will then receive first class parties. Baba says, now renounce body consciousness and become soul conscious. The body and all bodily relations are material. Have the faith that you are souls. You have the knowledge of 84 birds in your intellects. The play is now coming to an end, and so you now have to return home. Let it remain in your intellects that you now have to let go of everything material. Only then will you be able to connect your intellects in yoga with the Father, and only then will your sins be absolved. While living at home with your families, live like a lotus, remain beyond and detached. Those who go into the stage of retirement move away from their homes and go and stay with sages. However, they don't have any knowledge of what they are going to receive. In fact, attachment can only be removed when you are also aware of the attainment. In the final moments, your children, etc., should not be remembered. This is why you move away from them. Here you know that by removing your attachment from this old world, you will become the masters of the world. The income here is huge. Whatever everyone else does, they only study for temporary happiness. They perform devotion for temporary happiness. Meera had visions, but she didn't attain a kingdom. You know that you receive a great prize by following Baba's directions. You receive so many prizes for establishing purity, peace and prosperity. The Father says, now continue to remove the consciousness of your bodies. I will give you first class bodies and bodily relations in the golden age. There is no name or trace of sorrow there. This is why you must follow my directions accurately. Mama and Baba follow them, and this is why they receive the first kingdom. At this time you become goddesses of knowledge, and then you become princesses in the golden age, when you have become the kings of kings through this knowledge from God. This knowledge won't remain. You have this knowledge at this time. Now break the consciousness of your bodies. Forget my wife, my child, etc. All of them are already dead. Even your body is dead. I have to go to the Father. At this time, no one has knowledge of souls. In the golden age, they have knowledge of souls. In that too, at the end when a body becomes old, the soul says, my body has now become old and I now have to take a new body. You first have to go to the land of liberation. In the golden age, you won't say that you want to return home. No, this is the time to return home. Here, While sitting personally in front of you, Baba hammers you so much and makes these things sit in your intellects. There is the difference of day and night between listening to the Murli directly and reading the Murli. The soul has now received recognition. It is called the eye of knowledge. Such a vast and unlimited intellect is required. Such a big part is recorded in a soul as tiny as a star. We will now also run after Baba. Everyone's body is to be destroyed. World history and geography have to repeat. You mustn't leave your home and family. Simply remove your attainment to them and become pure. Don't cause anyone sorrow. First of all, churn knowledge and then relate it to everyone with love. Shiv Baba doesn't churn the ocean of knowledge. This one does it for the children. Nevertheless, you must consider it to be Shiv Baba who is explaining to you. This one doesn't feel that it is he who is speaking it. Shiv Baba is speaking it. This is called being egoless. Remember Shiv Baba alone. The Father relates to you what he churns. You children should now also follow him. As much as possible, continue to talk to yourself. You should stay awake at night and also think about this. You mustn't do this while lying down, but get up and sit down to do this. I, the soul, am such a tiny point. Baba has explained so much knowledge. It is the wonder of the Father who gives us happiness. The Father says, "O children who conquer sleep, you have to forget your bodies and all bodily friends and relations. All of them are going to be destroyed. We have to claim our inheritance from Baba. Remove your attachment from everyone else and remain pure while living at home with your families. Even if you leave your body, there shouldn't be any attraction to it. Truly, you now have to sacrifice yourself to Kashi. Kashinath Shiv Baba himself says, I have come to take all of you back. You now have to sacrifice yourselves to Kashi. Natural calamities are also going to take place. At that time, you will have to stay in remembrance. The people who used to sacrifice themselves would stay in remembrance and jump into the well. However, nothing is attained by jumping into the well. Here you have to become such souls that you don't have to experience punishment. Otherwise, you won't be able to claim such a high status. Only by having remembrance of Baba are your sins absolved. Together with that, you also have the knowledge that you will go around the cycle of 84 births. By imbibing this knowledge, we will become rulers of the globe. You mustn't perform any sinful actions. If you want any advice, you can ask Baba. I alone am the surgeon. You can ask me personally or by letter, and Baba will show you the way. Baba is such a tiny star, and his praise is so great. It was because he performed those tasks that his praise is sung. God alone is the bestower of salvation for all. It is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, the ocean of knowledge, who gave this one knowledge. Baba says, children, remember the one Father alone and become extremely sweet. He continues to explain to everyone with so much love. Baba is the ocean of love, and so he would definitely love you. The Father says, sweet, sweet children, don't cause anyone sorrow through your thoughts, words, or deeds. Even if someone has enmity for you, you mustn't have any thought in your intellect of causing sorrow for anyone. Tell everyone things of happiness. Don't have any kind of ill feelings for anyone. Look how they seat Shankaracharya on such a big silver thrones. Here Shiv Baba, who changes you from shells into diamonds, should have a diamond throne. But Shiv Baba says, I enter an impure body in an impure world. Look at the type of seat Baba has taken. He doesn't ask for anything for himself to live in. He can be made to live anywhere. It is sung that you saw the one who does everything covered with a quilt. God comes and sits in the old quilt. The Father has now come to make you into the masters of the golden aged world. He says, I don't even have 3 square feet of land in this impure world. You are the ones who become the masters of the world. This is my part in the drama. I have to grant happiness even on the path of devotion. Maya makes you very unhappy. The Father liberates you from sorrow and takes you to the land of peace and then the land of happiness. No one knows this play. At this time, one is the pomp of devotion and the other is the pomp of Maya. Look what science has created. People think that they are sitting in heaven. The Father says all of that is the pomp of science. All of it is now about to be destroyed. All of those huge buildings, etc., will fall. This science will then be useful to you in the golden age to give you happiness. Destruction will take place through science and you will then experience a lot of happiness through it. This is a play. You children have to become very, very sweet. Mama and Baba don't cause anyone sorrow. They continue to explain, children, don't ever fight among yourselves. Don't ever lose the honor of the mother and father. Remove your attachment from this material physical body. Remember one Baba alone. Everything is going to be destroyed. You now have to return home. Help Baba in doing service. You are the true Salvation Army. You are God's helpers who take the sinking boat of the world across. You know how this cycle turns. Wake up in the morning at 3 or 4 a.m. and churn this knowledge, and you will experience a lot of happiness and also become strong. If you don't revise everything, Maya will make you forget it. Churn what Baba has explained to you today. You should sit in solitude and churn the ocean of knowledge. Here there is very good solitude too. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children extend their love, remembrance, say good morning, Namaste, and thank you to the spiritual Bap Dada. Essence for dharana. Number 1. Don't cause anyone sorrow through your thoughts, words, or deeds. Don't keep anything of anyone in your heart. Become an ocean of love the same as the Father. Second, sit in solitude and churn the ocean of knowledge. Churn knowledge and then explain with love. Become Baba's helper in doing service. Blessing. May you be completely pure and give the experience of spiritual royalty through your face and your activities. Explanation. The foundation of spiritual royalty is complete pure. Complete purity is royalty. The form of a pure soul reveals the sparkle of this spiritual royalty. This sparkle can never be hidden, no matter how incognito some try to keep themselves. Their words, their relationships and connections, and the influence of their spiritual interaction will reveal them. So, let each one of you look into the mirror of knowledge and see whether royalty is visible on your face and in your activities, or whether your face and your activities are ordinary. Slogan. Constantly stay under God's sustenance is to be fortunate. Om Shanti.